joining me today on All Things Seniors with Anne-Marie. And today we're going to talk about siblings, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So if you've got siblings and you're trying to figure out senior living, this one's for you. I've been in the business a really long time, really long time. And I have talked to thousands of families. We may be creeping up on that 10,000 mark here pretty soon. And what I have learned is that every single family out there, if you have multiple siblings, meaning you're not an only child, then this is going to happen to you. Everyone handles the situation differently, but there are a few types of siblings that oddly enough are pretty common across all families. There's always that perfect child, isn't there? My sister's the perfect child. I've never been the favorite, but she is. And so if mom and dad need to talk to someone and you want them to do something, you better believe I'm going to pull that perfect child card and I'm going to dial up my sister and say, hey, would you call mom and talk to her about this, whatever, fill in the blank thing. And that's really important. It's important, no matter who you are in the pecking order, to know who's the favorite, and not even just the favorite, but who's the one that can get the most out of them, because that's going to play a key role in this whole senior living scenario. So let's just face it, if there is a perfect child that's super compliant, you know there's one who's the opposite of that. And however that shakes out in your family, just know that you're not alone, that every single family out there has that one sibling, the one that is going to fight you tooth and nail. No, mama doesn't need to go into any home. Well, first of all, we're not any home. We are a new home for her in assisted living where she has her own apartment. And you can tell them I said that. But you also may have someone who wants to live at home with the parent and wants to take care of them but can't really do it, and you're trying to pry them out of the house. You know, there's always that sibling, the one that just will not go with the flow. And if you think back in your life, that sibling probably did that even when you guys were 5. But now you're stuck in this situation and here they are. If you're lucky, you have someone with business sense in the family, someone who can take over the finances, and that means being able to deal with all their insurance papers and help figure out how to pay for senior living. And we can talk about that one more later because I can help you figure that out yourself. But if you do have a sibling, or if you're the sibling who does those sorts of things, designate that. Play to the strengths of your siblings. If you have that sibling who's the stubborn one who wants to take care of mama, well, then let's make them the designated one that goes over there and sees them every day. There is always one sibling that does most of the heavy lifting. And sometimes that sibling will shift. So let's say mom lives close to you in Terrell, Texas, and now she's going to live with the daughter close to, Boulder, Colorado. Those things can shift. But for the most part, if you both live in town, if you've got 5 siblings living in the same town, one of you will wind up doing most of the heavy lifting. And there also can be one of you, I hate to say, that can become the target of your parents. If they have any sort of dementia, they tend to fuss at one more than the other. So please don't take that personally if they do it, because they don't mean to, but it happens a lot. So my final word on siblings, if you've got them, use them. And what I mean is try hard to work as a team. It just makes so many things easier. And if you can't see eye to eye, the person who's the power of attorney, or the POA as we call them sometimes, that person is going to have the final say on the decision. So know that. Be willing to live with it, because you have to if you just can't come to terms with what is right. But siblings can be great. In this scenario, it's always extra stressful when you're thinking about moving somebody over here to senior living, but try not to think of it that way, because we love on our residents and we love them so much, and we're here to help you guys. So work together as much as you can and think about each other's strengths, no matter what they are, and play to the strengths. Give the sibling that does the best at this job, and the sibling that does this other thing better, do that job. If you're the sibling that is overworked, you need to let your other siblings know and find things for them to do. Find it in a constructive way. Come to them in a constructive way and say, you know what? I can't sustain this anymore, and I need help with these 3 things. And whatever those 3 things are, work together as much as you can. And sometimes you can't. Sometimes you're the only person there. And that's when you lean on us more as the staff. You know, we have to help because that's why we're here. So I hope that helps you guys. I want you to know that you're not alone out there, that everybody's got the crazy siblings. Everybody's got one of you that's mad at the other 2 because they don't work as hard with mom's things as you do. You know, you've got the one that just lollygags around and she's not really interested in helping at all, but she wants to give you a lot of advice about it. Just know that all those things are normal. They all happen every day, and we'll find a way to help you deal with it. If you have questions, I'm always available to talk. Feel free to call me here at Bradfield Place. We would love to help you and have your family become part of our family. Give us a call.